Most iconic.
The most iconic Disney movie.
What's iconic?
Doesn't matter. Just what's your favorite? Oh, melting crayons? Question mark. Wow. Look at this. We're live. Let me hit the share button. Hey, everybody. Once you get on, please share this post, like this post, comment on this post. I'm trying to share this post, but my computer is being slow. Good morning. Good noon, everyone. How we doing today? How we doing? Once you get on, make sure you say hi, comment, like, share. Get all that good stuff on there. Yes, we will be melting crayons later, or crayons, depending what part of the country you're from, depending on how you say that word. So, today's question: what is the most iconic Disney movie? Or for the kids, what is your favorite Disney movie ever? Put your answer in the questions. Wow. In the comments. Put your answer in the comments of what your favorite Disney movie of all time is. Good morning, Eliana and Aaron. It's great to see you guys here with us today. So, Miss Hannah, what is your favorite Disney movie or the most iconic Disney movie of all time? This is for Buddy Jenkins. Go ahead.
This is a newer one. It's not that new, but Moana.
Moana's a great movie.
Yeah. I know, every song. Every word to every song.
That's fantastic. I don't. I really like the music in Coco. It's really good. It's got that nice Mexican-y Spanish vibe to it. Lots of fun. I have to say my favorite is Aladdin. Aladdin is my favorite Disney movie. It's got great music. It's got a great storyline. Also, if you ever watch Beauty and the Beast, she references Aladdin. It's a great one. It's a really great movie. Eliana says her favorite Disney movie is Frozen 2. Also a solid movie choice. And Aaron's is Emperor's New Groove. Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
The Emperor's New Groove was fantastic.
That is a very iconic.
It is. There's multiple quotable lines from that movie, and you always know what movie it's from.
Yes.
What else is there?
Frozen 2, I'm yet to see it.
You haven't seen Frozen 2?
I have not seen Frozen 2.
Frozen 2 is such a great movie. I watched it not too long ago. The music is amazing. The singing is fantastic. I'm a huge Idina Menzel fan. She was in Wicked.
I saw Wicked while she was in it.
Ooh, you are blessed.
Yeah.
She was in Rent. She's just an amazing actress and singer. So, top fan right here. All right, guys. Not sure if it's Disney, but Star. Heidi Clark says she likes Star. She's not sure if that's Disney. I don't know if that's a Disney movie, but Star was a great movie. I really like that one, too. Ben, no, Frozen 2 was fantastic. You have no taste in movies.
This is why he has to dress up like Larry Boyd.
This is why he's going to get slimed.
That's true.
Because Frozen 2 was great, had a great storyline, had some great singing in it, Ben, you just wish you could sing. That's what it is. Mr. Ben is going to get, double slimed for all his, comments on here. All right, guys, all of those... No, guys, Frozen 2 is great. Storyline was not way too rushed. You have to have fast-paced movies for kids. You guys just have slow brains. It's fine. Ben, Jay-Z said Toy Story 2. Yes.
All the Toy Story
all of them, 1 through 4. It's fantastic movies.
There's a reason that there was 4 movies.
There really was. I almost cried at the end of Toy Story 4, but I didn't. I didn't cry. I held it in. If we're talking about Disney movies, Captain America: The First Avengers, Fire, my all-time favorite. Elijah, yes, I have to agree. The superhero movies are great.
I forget that that's Disney now.
Yep. All Marvel is under the Disney umbrella. This is great, because that means all of them. Robert McIntyre says Frozen was bad enough. Guys, listen.
But
you guys are just a bunch of haters.
I do believe that the first Frozen was a little like dragged on for way too long.
I know. I feel like too many people liked Frozen for the longest time ever, and like
I feel
everyone.
like that came out when I was like, I don't even know, when I was in 5th grade, I think. And
Frozen came out while you were in 5th grade. I was already in college,
Yeah,
so there
but,
we
like,
go.
But it came out,
Yeehaw.
it came out when I was in like 5th. Was it 5th grade or was it 4th grade? I was like in 5th or 4th grade, and I remember Frozen still being like around because I went to like a summer camp,
Right.
and it was still
Wow.
haunting me till I was like, I don't even know,
It's still.
in like 8th grade. Like it shouldn't. It was like a good movie, but I feel like it didn't deserve 4 years of fame.
Right. I mean, again, the actors in it were fantastic. So like that just gave them so much street cred. Samantha Lozano said Mulan. Now,
Mulan makes me cry.
yeah,
I'm gonna be
no.
honest. One time we watched it in class, and I was like crying, and my friend was like, "This is not even sad," and it's touching. It's moving.
It's touching. It's moving. I don't think I've ever cried at a Disney. Hold on. Is Fox and the Hound Disney?
I think so.
I think it is. Yes, I have some agrees from the crowd. Yeah. Listen, I did when I was younger. I cried at Fox and the Hound, like when she had to leave the fox just out there in the field. I may or may not have teared up a little bit. I had a copper dog, a little stuffed animal, and I named him Copper, and he's a little stuffed animal and whatever. I may or may not still have him at my house. He no longer sleeps in our bed because I don't need a stuffed animal no more because I'm a grown man. But I still have him. Let's see. Ben says Star Wars. I do enjoy all 9/11 of all Star Wars movies. Secretly, I'm a Star Wars nerd. I've watched all of them, and that's actually one movie I did cry at.
Star Wars.
Star Wars, when Kylo Ren hops out there, and it's fine. Han Solo, may he rest in peace. Amen. It's okay. Lion King was fire. Yes, Lion King. See, Lion King is fire, but I don't know.
Wasn't there like a live action Lion King?
Yeah, but the live action wasn't as great as I thought it would be.
I didn't see it. I like rarely go see movies in theaters, so I only get to see them when they like come out on Netflix. So.
But you want to know what 2 live action movies were fantastic?
What?
Beauty and the Beast.
That was amazing. I saw that 4
Beauty
times.
And the Beast is amazing. I will, play that forever. And then also Aladdin live action was so great.
Oh, it was.
Stellar cast.
You're listing like the 2 movies that I've seen in the theaters in the past like 4 years.
Same. We don't get to watch very many movies in the theaters because I'm an adult now and I have a child. And, when you have children that are under the age of 2, it's fine. Big Hero 6, yes! Big Hero 6 was and is a great movie. It's one of those movies that, you watch it, you forget about it, but then you watch it again, and then, you get caught in the feels. I have not seen the live action of Dumbo yet. It's on my list of things to watch. We just got Disney Plus recently, so we're trying to catch up on everything that we've missed in our life. So, Sam, I'm not agreeing with you, but I'm not disagreeing with you because I have not seen the live action yet. It'll come. I'll let you guys know after I watch it here soon. Greta, we got to watch the live action Dumbo. Write that down. Cool. So those are all great. You can keep, of course you cried, Sam. Miss Sammy would cry at the live action Dumbo. She's just an emotional person. She's great. I love her, though. Lots of people love, Lady and the Tramp. I haven't seen Lady and the Tramp live action
I didn't even know
either.
that they had a live action
I saw
of
that
that.
they were making it. I think they released it on Disney Plus, though. They were smart about it. So I'll have to watch Lady and the Tramp, too, because I used to love Lady and the Tramp as a kid. It was great. Fantastic. Let's see. Well, you guys keep your comments in. Keep coming with your comments about what Disney movies you think are the most iconic or the best. My friend Buddy Jenkins needs to know, so I'm doing this as a survey for him. Thank you, everyone, for your comments. That's great. Today, we are going to show... So I talked about a competition that we are going to have. I'm going to post the pictures today. If your picture's not here, kids, make sure you post it so I can post it with all the other ones. We're going to vote for the next 2 days. Yes, So Tuesday and Wednesday, we're going to vote. And then Thursday, we're going to announce the winner of our Easter Art Project Challenge. So these are our entries so far. So if Mr. Ben, you could post them on the screen, we'll talk about them real quick. We have this drawing of Jesus' empty tomb by Dylan Jackson. He did such a great job. Then we have Infinity by Warren Clark. Now, he said that this is a representation of how Jesus lives forever. Ooh. So that's what it is. So it's infinity because Jesus never dies, so it's just infinity. That's so great. And then we have Nevaeh. She has the bottom picture is Jesus on the cross, and then the top picture is the empty tomb of Jesus. So she got that down real good. Good job, Nevaeh. That's amazing. Then we have a whole project here. There is the Jesus outside the tomb saying that he's alive. Then there's the Golgotha in the top corner. And then I can't read what that other section is, but they did such a great job. Good job, Kayla's clan. Then we got Danny and Dustin, and I believe they said that was the empty tomb. Again, I'm very far away from it, so I can't see it, but good job, guys. I'll put the descriptions that I have on the post. Eliana had Jesus' empty tomb right there. Look at that. Ooh. With the angel. You see that angel right there? There she is. I see that angel. Good job, guys. And then this one is by Isaiah, and this is Jesus going through trial, right? Right before he was crucified. So those are our submissions. Again, I will get the correct captions.
Yes.
There you go. I have all the captions saved on my computer. I will put the captions up with the pictures. We'll post it. If I'm missing anybody's, please message me. I will make sure I get them all posted, and then we'll get some votes going, and then we'll get some winners going, because you guys did an amazing job, and I want everyone to see your work. So that was great. Good job, everybody. Fantastic job. Now, memory verse for today, if you would bring it up. Miss Hannah, will you read that? This is this week's memory verse.
Yep. As long as the earth endures, seed time and harvest, cold and heat, summer and winter, day and night will never cease. Genesis 8:22.
That's awesome. Thank you, Miss Hannah. So, guys, we'll repeat that later, too. We'll bring it back up, and you guys can say that. Now, again, same rules apply. If you say that from memory on camera, have your parents send it in, and I will give your guys' team bonuses on the Goose Chase app. So, guys, go ahead. Say that out loud. Put it on Goose Chase. I will give you guys some bonus points, because that is an amazing verse you guys should always remember. It's also one of our bishop's favorite verses.
Ooh.
Yes. Every time he preaches on seed time and harvest. So whenever you get a chance, guys, listen to Bishop Thomas. Great man of God. Great lessons. You guys will love it. Hey, Miss Donna. It's great to see you. Well, see your name. Miss Carrie, isn't their abstract art amazing? Yes. Those art pieces of artwork and those drawings are amazing. These kids are great. I wish I was half as artistic as these kids.
Oh, no, me too.
Yeah. I mean, you saw how fantastic at art we are with our feet, So maybe if
with
we
our
actually
mouths too.
and using our mouths to hold pens and stuff, maybe if we actually used our hands one of these days, we might actually show our true artistic ability.
Maybe.
That we may or may not have. Anyway, so I'm going to read you guys a story. We're going to go over the story of Noah. So pay attention. Pay really close attention, kids, because in the Goose Chase app, I will be asking you guys some questions from the story of Noah. Now, I'll let you guys know that the story of Noah starts in Genesis chapter 6, and it ends about at the end of chapter 8. So, pay attention. So, Genesis 6 through chapter 8. There'll be some questions here. So, parents, you guys can go over this with your kids. Vote. Read it with your kids. Sorry, I'm reading vote. Read the story over with the kids. Get the right answers and put them in there, because there's some important things in here that sometimes we don't always see. So, it says in chapter 6, Now it came about when man began to multiply across the face of the land, and daughters were born to him, and the sons of God saw that the daughters were beautiful. So, this is saying that people were multiplying like crazy, and there was tons and tons and tons and tons of people on the earth. And then, let's go down a little bit here. The Lord saw the wickedness of man was great on the earth, and that every intent of the thoughts of his heart had only evil. So what this is saying is that man, as they multiplied, they grew more evil, and they were bad, and they had no good in their heart. They only thought evil things, they thought bad things, they were mean to each other, and this made God really, really sorry. He was really sad. The people on earth were so mean that it says right here in Genesis chapter 6, verse 6, the Lord was sorry that he even made man on the earth. This is sad. Can you imagine making something and then it just turns out to be bad, and then it makes you sad that you even created it? That's how God felt about man. So the Lord said, I will blot out man from whom I had created off the face of the earth, from man to animals to creeping things to the birds of the sky. I'm sorry that I have made them. But Noah, a man named Noah, found favor in the eyes of the Lord. So out of all the people on the earth, there was a lot at this time, only Noah found favor, and he was the only good guy that God found favor with. So God said to Noah, the end of all flesh has come before me, for the earth is filled with violence because of the people. Behold, I am about to destroy them from the face of the earth. Then God said to Noah, make yourself an ark out of gopher wood. You shall make ark with brooms, and you shall cover the inside in and out with pitch, and this is how you shall make it. So God gave Noah the exact dimensions of how long and how tall to make the boat. And did you want to know one crazy thing?
What?
It had never rained before this. So Noah's sitting here, and he's like, oh, God told me to make a giant boat. And people are like, what's a boat? Why do you need that? Because he's like, oh, it's going to rain. And people are like, what's a rain? Can you imagine having to tell people something so crazy that God told you to do that they didn't understand, and then you had to continue with it even while people were mocking you? So God said, you shall make the length of the ark 300 cubits, and then make it wide 50 cubits, and its height 30 cubits. And you shall make a window for the ark, and finish it a cubit from top, and set the door of the ark to the side. And you shall make a lower section, a second and third decks. So this thing was 3 stories tall, and it was like multiple football fields long and a couple football fields wide. This thing was absolutely huge. And it had to be huge because God said, behold, I am even bringing a flood upon the earth to destroy all flesh. Everything that is under the heavens shall perish. But I will establish my covenant with you, and you shall enter the ark, you and your sons and your wife and your sons' wives. And every living thing of all flesh, you shall bring 2 of every kind of animal, 1 male and 1 female. So God, he didn't want everything to be destroyed because he found favor with Noah. He said that Noah and his wife and his 3 sons and their wives could all enter the ark. And then he said, bring 1 of every male kind of animal and 1 of every female kind of animal. I said that backwards, but it's fine. So he brought 2 zebras, 1 male and 1 female. So after they got off the earth, all the zebras could live on. Isn't that awesome?
That's so cool.
So let's keep reading. Bring 2 of every kind of animal and every bird and everything that crawls across the ground. As for you, take yourself all the food which is edible and gather it to yourself, and it shall be food for you and them. So Noah did this. He goes, okay, God, if you said this is what we're supposed to do, this is what we're going to do. So then the Lord said to Noah, enter the ark, you and all your household, for you alone I have seen righteous before me in this time. You shall take with you of every clean animal by 7s. So this is a fun part. So God told Noah to take 2 of every kind of animal, but then he said, take 7 of some animals. Because after they got off the boat, they had to make sacrifices to God. And to make sacrifices, you needed to have clean animals. So God told him to take 7s of some animals and 2 of others. Then, blah, 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 blah. Also, birds of the sky by 7s, male and female, to keep offspring alive on the face of the earth. For after 7 more days, I will send rain on the earth. 40 days and 40 nights, I will blot out from the face of the land every living thing that I have made. Noah did exactly what God told him to do. Now, at this time, Noah was 600 years old. Can you imagine being 600 years old?
No.
What's the oldest person you've ever met?
My great-grandma was 101.
Wow, that's awesome. My friend's grandma was 104 when I met her one time. This was a couple years ago, and I'm not sure if she's still alive, but still, can you imagine meeting someone that was 600 years old?
They would know a lot of stuff.
They sure would. They would be very experienced in life. So, when Noah entered the ark, he was 600 years old. So Noah, his wife, and his sons and their wives all entered the ark with all the animals that God told him to take. Then the door to the ark was so big that God had to shut the door because this was the biggest door you've ever seen in your life. Now, so the flood came upon the earth. For 40 days, the waters increased and lifted up the ark, so it rose above the earth. The water prevailed and increased greatly upon the earth, and the ark floated on the surface of the water. And the water grew up so high that it went over the tallest mountains, and it was so high that everything, even the birds that can fly, drowned because of how high the water was, because the birds couldn't escape this. So God made and then it says that God opened up the waters of the deep. That means that the earth basically broke out open and fountains of water came up from nowhere and just started flooding the entire earth. And then it started to rain, and it rained and rained and rained. And mind you, no one had ever seen rain before because it just hadn't rained before on the earth. So then, blah, 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 blah. It was raining and raining and raining and raining and raining. Just repeating this over and over. Then the water prevailed upon the earth for 150 days. Do you know how many months that is?
4?
It's about 4.5 to 5 months, right? 30, 60, 90, 120, 150. So that's about 5 months that they were just stuck on a boat. Can you imagine being on a boat for 5 months with a bunch of animals that smell really bad? Ugh. Or being stuck on a boat for 5 months with your brother? Sorry, Trey, we love you. But, Mr. Ben said he met a 96-year-old World War II veteran the other day. That's awesome. So, the water was on the earth for 150 days. Let me find out where that was. In the 7th month, on the 17th day of the month, the ark rested upon a mountain, and the water decreased steadily into the 10th month. So, the boat finally came to rest on top of a mountain, but then 3 months later, there was still water on the boat. So they were still on this boat for the longest time with all these animals that smelled really bad and with the same people, and they all had to have food. Can you imagine how much food you would have to bring onto the boat for all of these animals to eat and all of your family to eat? That'd just be crazy.
Yeah.
So then Noah, he went to the window and he opened it. And then he wanted to check to see if the water had dried up completely yet, because you couldn't open the door until there was no more water. So he he went to the window and he took a dove and he sent it out the window to go fly and try and find a place to rest. And it came back and hadn't found a place to rest. So then another 7 days later, he went and he sent the dove again. And then the dove went out and it found an olive tree, and it plucked a branch and it came back and it brought it to Noah. So Noah knew that the water had dried up a little bit on the earth. Then he waited another 7 days, and he sent the dove out again, and the dove never returned. So what that meant was that the water had gone away enough that it was almost time to open the door. So now it came about in the 601st year of Noah's life. So this means he turned 601 while he was on the boat. He started at 600 years old. Then he turned 601. That's a long time. This means they were on the boat for over a year. And then the waters dried up from the earth. Noah removed the covering of the earth and looked out, and behold, the surface of the ground was dried up. And in the second month, on the 27th day of the month, the earth was dry. So God spoke to Noah, saying, "Go out of the ark, you and your wife and your sons and their wives. Bring with you. Bring out all the living things and the birds and the animals that creeps on the earth, and go forth and multiply." So finally, after being on the boat for an entire year, they got to exit the ark and go out into the wild and finally get off the boat. I don't know about you, but I've been stuck in a car for 14 hours one time driving down to Atlanta, and I was in the back seat, and it was the longest time of my life. It was only 14 hours, but I was crammed back there, and by the time we finally made it to Atlanta, I was so ready to jump out of that car because I was done being around all the people. I was done being around all the things. I can only imagine being in a boat with a bunch of people and a whole bunch of animals for a year. That'd just be awful. So I thank God that I was not Noah, that God put me on earth at this time and not in the time of Noah, because I don't know if I could have been on that boat for the longest time. So after Noah and his family and all the animals got out of the boat, it says, "Then Noah built an altar to the Lord and took of every clean animal and every clean bird and offered burnt offerings from the altar. The Lord smelled the soothing aroma, and the Lord said to himself, I will never curse the ground on account of man, for the intent of man's heart is evil from his youth, and I will never destroy every living thing as I have done." Then God said, "While the earth remains, seedtime and harvest, cold and heat, summer and winter, day and night shall not cease." Now that was a promise God gave to us. And he said, as long as the earth still remains, all of those things will still continue to exist, because that's God's promise with us. So, parents, again, you may have to go over that story, because I'm going to go through it. I'm going to find some questions. I'll post it on the Goose Chase app, and I'm going to ask you guys some specific questions that we went over, just so I can make sure you guys are paying attention. But isn't that awesome? That after God went through and he wiped out all the bad people, he made a promise with us, saying that seedtime and harvest, day and night, summer and winter, and one other thing will never cease to exist as long as the earth remains. And that's a good thing, because if all those things stop, that means life would cease to exist. Mm-hmm. But because God loves us, he promised to keep life going for the longest time. Now, who's ready to do some art projects?
I know I am.
Miss Hannah is. Cool. So, Miss Hannah, can you go plug in on one of the hot glue guns as I explained?
Yes.
I think there's a plug right over there. So, guys, today, what we're going to do is we're going to melt some crayons. We both have some canvases here. And this is our canvas. There it is. Look at that beautiful white canvas. And then we're going to take some crayons. Now, we have some old crayons here that we've used for a while. We've used these, multiple times in his kids and other times. So what you're going to want to do is take crayons, and you're going to want to start to take off their paper wrappings. So you can glue them to your awesome little canvas board here. Here, Miss Hannah, we'll come sit over here. I'll move over with you guys. There we go. There we go. I'll come down here. So pick the crayons you're going to want to see melted. And then you're going to want to remove their paper coverings. And guys, if you have any questions about the story of Noah while we do this, go ahead and comment them. I will answer your questions as best I can while I'm doing my craft projects. So you want to think of what colors you want to drip all down your project here, and where you want them to land and how you want them to be. So I'm going to use a lot of blues because I want it to look like it's raining on my project. yeah, Carrie Jackson's going to love this. She can do this probably way better than all of us because Miss Carolyn is probably one of the best artists I've ever seen in my life. That's a fact. Goldie loves peeling the crayon paper coverings. Yeah, peeling the paper off crayons is some of my favorite stuff to do. What about you, Hannah? Do you like to peel crayons?
I know I do. And the nice thing about this too is you get to do it, because I know a lot of people don't like when they peel the paper off.
Right, like you get in trouble for peeling off the paper, and then it's really sad. But here, we're all about, peeling paper and having fun. So, the more peeling, the better. And some of these crayons actually already have
the paper
peeled off. It's really hard to peel and talk into a microphone at the same time, I'm discovering.
I'm struggling to hold this hot glue gun.
Just set it. Yeah, there you go. Good job. But guys, I think it'd be really cool if Miss Carrie came and joined us one day and showed us how to do a super cool art project. So if you think that you want Miss Carrie to come on to the live with us, comment and say, Miss Carrie, join us for a live and teach us how to do really cool, super cool art stuff. This is really awful. My friend Corey says that I need to throw some black into my rain. So if you find a black crayon hand, let me know so I can add it to my collection here.
I will.
Ooh, Miss Carrie said that. Let's see. Ooh, it goes. Yes, art is an amazing outlet. I'm so thankful for art in these times because it can help you express yourself. And you want to know something that's really cool is that God is a creative God. I mean, obviously, have you seen all of us? We all look completely different. So, by the way we all look and the way we all act, it just shows how creative God is because he made us all different, and it just shows his creative heart. And then he gave some of us the ability to be super creative, and some of us may be more creative than others because that's the heart of God. In the beginning, it says that God created the heavens and the earth and all the people and all the animals and all the other things. So, someone who had to create all of us would have to be super creative because I don't think I could ever think of, what to make a caterpillar look like or a cow. I wouldn't know what to create a cow. But God did. And he did this all within 7 days, and I cannot peel these crayons for the life of me. I should have done this before. Hey, it's okay, guys. We're all learning. Ooh, yes, this looks blue. And if you break the crayons, you have more crayons to cover things with. Ooh. Nope, that's got a covering on it. Let's see here. All right. Ooh. Sweet. Okay. Yeah, guys, comment and tell me some of your... Corey, I believe that when God created caterpillars, he actually didn't name them because he had Adam name them. So he probably had them called something else, and then he let Adam name all the caterpillars and all the other animals. So I don't know what God called them until Adam called them caterpillars. There we go. I'm getting somewhere, guys. Yes. Jody, Miss Carrie will have to join us because she's the most artistic person ever. All right. I'm going to go like this. All right. I'm going to start gluing because I have some here. It won't be the best, but you guys will get the idea. Oh, my laptop is going to die. That's great. And my charger's in my office. Praise God. So, I'm going to put my microphone down, and I'm going to start gluing right over here. There we go. This is very difficult. So, here we are. Is this one on? As you can see, guys, I glued my crayons right across the top like that. You can glue them long ways, short ways, fat ways, other ways, however you want to do it, just so they look like that. Because what we're going to do now, I'm going to move this over here a little bit. I'm actually going to hop down. Hi, guys. I'm going to go like this because, will this reach? Now, you want to make sure when you do this, guys, that you have your parents' permission with you and you work with your parents because hot glue guns can hurt, and you should never use hot glue guns without parents' permission because you could hurt yourselves. Also, you should always ask to use your mom's hairdryer before you steal it from her. Okay? Okay. Good. Turn on the hairdryer to high and then just melt the chocolate. Well, hold on. Miss Hannah's letting me know. Hot but low on this hairdryer because this is Miss Hannah's hairdryer that she's letting us borrow. Thank you, Miss Hannah.
Well,
Then,
it also will make the crayons not go everywhere.
oh, good idea. Low heat. Low blow, high heat. So watch, and you can melt the crayons as much or as little as you want. And you just go like this. And it'll take a second to warm up some of the crayons, but it will work in here in just a minute. Ooh. Hold on. It is working, I promise. It just takes a little bit of time. Wouldn't it be really embarrassing if this didn't work? I would laugh at myself because that's the kind of week I'm having. Ooh, I see the crayon finally melting. It's going to look great. So, guys, you can see this will take some time, but we'll start it off today. We may not finish this on the live because it will take a little while, but then you guys should try this at home and show us how awesome your artwork looks. Because I think all of you could do this probably way, way better than I can. Oh, it's getting melty. I can see the crayon starting to melt. This is going to look so cool here in a minute. You sure if we didn't put it on high blow, it'll go faster?
You can try.
Okay. Sometimes you got to speed it up a little bit, right, Trey? Ooh, there it goes. I almost have a drip. Sweet. There it is. Look at that. I have something happening, Hannah. Wow. Do you like my artwork, Trey? Thank you. Hey, guys, Trey says I did good artwork. Wow. So parents, if you need something to distract your kids for a while, just have them do this because it's taking forever and it will distract them and it'll be really good to see how great they can do and what artwork they can make. Then after you get some runs, you can blow it down even further. Miss Hannah, what are you going to make?
A rainbow.
Ooh, Miss Hannah's going to make a rainbow. That's cool. This one crayon really doesn't want to melt at all. Like this big blue one right here. Oh, it's melting into the other one. That's cool. Oh, my black one's melting. There it goes. Yeah, this is great. Parents, this is a great time-consuming activity. I promise you, I see some of you commenting, I'm really sorry, I'm far away from my computer, so I can't read what they're saying. But, parents, if you want to consume some time with your kids, but make something really cool, this is apparently the best thing to do. Ooh. Look at that. Thanks, Trey. Ooh, that's a great idea, Heidi. When it's sunny outside, you can let this sit outside in the sun and then check on it in a few hours afterwards. So, you may have to do that in a couple days when it gets sunny out again. There. Here, Miss Hannah. Oh. There's mine for a little bit. I'll set mine there. So, you just hold it right on top. And then Miss Hannah is probably going to look really cool because she's probably more creative than I am, but that's fine. That's fine with me. Candle wax also works really great. Good to know, good to know. Miss Hannah is just putting her hairdryer inside of the crayon snake. Look at that. Wow. Told you guys, Miss Hannah's more creative than I am, and that's fine with me. Hers is already melting and looks really cool. Wow. That looks awesome. All right, everybody, give it up for Miss Hannah and how awesome and creative she is. You can keep going. It's okay. Well, guys, we're going to call it good for today. We'll finish these up. We'll post pictures tomorrow or the next day. But we love you guys. You guys are awesome. You guys are amazing. We love you. You guys have an awesome, wonderful, beautiful day. We're praying for you. And we will see you guys tomorrow at noon. Goodbye.